Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about the top 10 things I find that are a waste of money. If you guys enjoyed this video, please throw a thumbs up down below and let's get straight on into it. Now, before me starting off this list, I do want to put a little disclaimer in the beginning so nobody gets hurt. I'm not throwing any shade at anybody. If you do own these things or you do these things, it's your life. This is just my perspective on what's a waste of money for me. So please be kind in the comments to everybody. Again, I know and I'm fully aware that everyone lives a different lifestyle, and if you do own these things, I am not throwing shade. So with me putting that disclaimer there, now let's get into it. The first thing that I find that is a waste of money is clubbing. I am guilty of this. I think we all are guilty of this at some point in time in our life. When I was 20, 21, 22, around the early 20s stage, I used to go clubbing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and sometimes Sunday. So I used to go clubbing 4 times a week, every week for like years. And in the beginning, it was fun. It was, you know, it was like $20 to get in, $10 to get in. You guys know it varies every night on when you go. I never really got in for free. I don't know how girls do that, but I wasn't that kind of girl to get in for free. I always had to pay. But anyways, I feel now with me being almost 30, I look back and say clubbing is definitely a waste of money and time when you're going all the time. Now, going clubbing once a week, for some people could be great. I'm not putting that down, but with clubbing consistently, it's just like, all right, your money's going out the window to drinks, getting in, even spending money on your friends there. So you're not just paying for drinks for yourself, you're buying rounds for everybody else. So at the end of the day, there's no benefits to clubbing. Yes, there is that advantage of like, all right, we're going out, we're gonna have fun with the friends. But if you really look at the problem, and dissect the whole clubbing thing, it's just wasting money. It is just to have fun. It's not to save money or do anything with your money that's meaningful. It's just to spend it and have fun. And that's something that I find that was a waste. And I do not plan on going clubbing ever again. If some people think, Kira, really? You're so boring. But in my mind, I am focused on so many other goals rather than just dancing and spending money on drinks and stuff. And also, I don't drink alcohol. I haven't had a sip of alcohol in, I want to say, maybe like probably 6 years, I want to say, around there. So clubbing is just a total waste of money in my eyes. The second thing that I think is a waste of money is cigarettes. I must say this louder. Cigarettes. A waste of money, a waste of your time, a waste for your health. If you guys do not know, a thing or two about me, my mom was diagnosed with lung cancer from, you guessed it, cigarettes. Thankfully, she is healthy again. She's fine. She was diagnosed 3 years ago. She went through the surgery. Long story short, she is okay. She does get checked frequently in case it does come back, because you guys know cancer, you know, you can never be unsure or sure about cancer. It's just, you always have to stay on top of it the minute you get some type of cancer. And with her getting that, it changed my outlook on cigarettes. Back then, I used to think like, all right, they stink. Why do people spend money on them? There's no benefits. But now that I'm older and my mom got diagnosed with lung cancer, I have a different outtake of it. Not only do they stink and it wastes your money and all that stuff, but you're literally killing yourself slowly. And even though she was in the hospital and she got diagnosed and all that stuff, she didn't even think of herself anymore. She thought of if something was to happen to her because of that poor decision with her smoking cigarettes, then she would never see us again. So that's kind of what kicked her in the butt, and that's what made her, and I don't want to cry, but that's what made her quit. And obviously, yes, the lung cancer did make her quit, but she doesn't want to touch a damn cigarette ever again, and I am very grateful for that. She does wish she would have done it sooner, but at least we have her still. So if you're spending your money on cigarettes and you know it's a bad habit, just try to look for help, because it's not just you suffering. Your family is the one that suffers more than you. So think about it. Cigarettes are definitely a big waste of money. And more than just money, but they are a waste for your health. Number 3 is designer clothes and fast fashion. When it comes to designer clothes, and I know a lot of people, I can probably already hear you right now in the comment section saying, Kira, designer clothes are well made and they're made with the toppest notch of material and things like that. I get it. I find designer clothes a waste of money for myself because I feel like they're very loud and they're too expensive. There are certain items that are just like, for instance, Michael Kors. You know, I don't want to walk around with a scarf or a shirt that has MK written all over it. I feel like I'm a walking billboard for that fashion designer and I'm not even on the runway or getting paid for it. So I'm all about simplicity and blocking out the noise, and I feel like designer clothes are noisy, and I hate to even say that, but to me they are, and I want to be as real, as honest with you guys as possible. The same thing goes for fast fashion. There's a lot of fast fashion sites, there's a lot of fast fashion out there from celebrities. Certain items that people wear this month and they don't wear it ever again because it's out of style. With designer clothes and fast fashion, I find a total waste of money. It's best to just find your own style and just stick with it. It's best to be happy and comfortable with what you like instead of what everyone else likes. And of course, you can save yourself some extra cash. Number 4 is luxurious watches. I know everyone has the Apple Watch. Everyone probably has, again, a Michael Kors watch, or some people have a Rolex, and I just find them a waste of money. I find a watch a waste of money in general. Like, I do not own watches, as you guys can tell. I'm not into that, but I'm speaking of not just any kind of watch. I'm speaking of luxury watches, the ones that are like $30,000 or even $100. That's considered luxury. They're just not worth it. You're literally paying for time that you're not even getting back. So I don't know, it always dawned on me where it's like, wow, people are paying so much money for these watches. You would think that they're paying for extra time in their day, but they're not. They're not getting any extra time. So I've always just used my phone, or I just ask someone what time it is, and that's it. I know time is very precious, but it shouldn't come with a price tag. Number 5 is another luxurious item, and that is luxurious cars. I feel like they are such a waste of money, and I could speak of this because I purchased a Cadillac to impress all my friends back in the day, and I thought having a luxury car would last longer because that's what everybody said. Everyone's like, luxury cars last longer, they're made with the best quality, they have good mechanics doing the work to it, and I'm like, okay. And the Cadillac I got was a STS. It was a 2007. It was fancy for me. It came with like push start. It came with like a remote that actually unlocked the doors and stuff, which around that time I never had that. I only had like just a blank key. I mean, I went from a 1995 Nissan Maxima to a 2007 Cadillac. So you could tell like I was like completely all googly eyes over this car. But that car gave me the most amount of problems out of all of my cars I've ever owned. So I feel like luxury cars are not worth the price tag. I have a Honda right now, even though it has cost me a couple hundreds to fix like the belts, the transmission fluid, things like that. Overall review, I love Honda and I'm sticking with it, especially my Honda Cross Tour. And I'm not trying to say I love material things, you guys. I'm just saying that a cheap brand sometimes is better than an expensive luxury brand. And even though they do look different, I feel so much more comfortable and happy and proud of myself that I purchased a Honda over any other car, and any other luxury car, I should say. Because I've seen a lot of people that have luxury cars such as Mercedes and BMWs and stuff like that. And when it snows in my area, they have to get a ride because their cars do not move. Or they don't want to ruin their fancy cars, and I'm like, why did you buy it then? So yeah, luxury cars, no, waste of money. Number 6 is something we all can agree on, and that is fast food. Fast food is such a waste of money. It's bad for your health, and it's just bad in overall, especially the fast foods that are big, like McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's, all of those places, especially McDonald's. I mean, and I'm not trying to be biased, you guys. Yes, I am vegan, but that stuff is so bad for you. And it's not even just like you wasting your money. You are deteriorating, like you're putting that stuff in you, and it's just like deteriorating you. And I feel like you could get a better meal at home Even if you aren't vegan, you can just cook a better meal at home than spending your money on fast food items. Number 7 is bank fees. Now, when it comes to banks, they love to throw in extra fees. I learned this the hard way. I used to have Bank of America, hate them. I used to have Citizens Bank, hate them. Now I only rock with credit unions all the time. Credit unions are the best because they do not charge. They do have some fees if you're getting loans and stuff like any other bank. They gotta make their money, but they don't charge me for having a checking and saving account, which I love. Bank of America was charging me $50 a month just to have their checking and savings account back in 2010. And I couldn't believe it. And they were like, well, if you were a student, we could narrow it down to $20 a month. And I was like, I'm done with this bank. And then I moved on to Citizens, and they charged me $12 a month for having their checking account and not using their savings. I wasn't putting money into savings, and they were charging me an extra like $1 something a month. And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, you're not putting money into your savings. And they didn't even take the time to explain to me. So I did cancel Citizens, and I was done with bank fees completely. I switched over to a credit union. I'm not going to say which one because I don't want to give out my location. But credit unions are the best way to go. I feel like if you want to avoid bank fees, go to a credit union, because bank fees, you just avoid that. Like, that's a waste of money. They should not be charging you for you keeping your money in the bank, because they're actually making money with you being at their bank. So I don't know why they're even charging you. It blows my mind how some banks just take advantage of their customers. And yeah, especially Bank of America. Oh, worst experience ever with them, and I'll never go back, or I'll never look back. Number 8 is speeding tickets. I've never gotten one, but I think it's a waste of money. Just do the regular speed. You do not have to rush and get into an accident, and who knows, God forbid, but you kill someone because you were in a rush to either get to work because you were running late. Just call someone, call your boss, whatever, say you're running late. Speeding tickets are such a waste of money. You should just be doing the regular speed limit in your area. Number 9, this is a big one too, and this is cable. Cable is a waste of money. Oh my God, if I had a microphone, I would say this to everybody. My sister, I think it's both of my sisters. I know one of my sister, her cable bill is like $300 a month. She has the ESPN channel, like the sports channels. She has the kid channels for the little ones. She watches, like, I think it's Hip Hop Love or one of those shows. I don't know what it's called. I don't watch reality. But like I'm saying, cable is a waste of money. I told her, with her having the $300 bill right here, while Netflix and even Disney Plus has ESPN with it, I think. Those are all super cheap. So you can get rid of the cable and only pay like less than $50 a month for having those 2 apps. It's an awesome switch. Obviously, if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you guys know I do not own a TV. I do not even have internet in my house. I upload my videos either at the laundromat when I'm doing laundry, or at my job because they have internet. So I'm barely ever here, I'm rarely ever here only to like record or to take a shower, and this is like a rest stop. I do use most of my time editing here, but I upload somewhere else. So I try my best to like kind of keep it cheap when it comes to the internet situation, because some cable companies like to charge for cable and internet as a package deal. So they want to force you to get cable, because we all know cable is going to die out, and I'm hoping that it dies out sooner than later, because Netflix and Disney Plus and all of those apps are just so much better than cable. Like, who wants to really pay $300 a month besides my sister? Because she does not want to listen to me. She thinks I'm crazy. Also, if you have Spotify Premium, I pay $10 a month for Spotify Premium. Spotify pays for your Hulu account. So if you do not have Hulu, or if you do, Spotify pays for that. So I have Hulu for free thanks to Spotify. So just to let you guys know that this is not sponsored. None of my videos are ever sponsored because I'm super picky with brands. But I thought that was a pretty cool little deal that Spotify did. So I'm paying $10 a month for Spotify and Hulu. And then obviously YouTube. If you look up on YouTube, you can look up like Lifetime movies or scary movies, and there's some free stuff that'll pop up. So just to let you know, I know that was a long one, but I wanted to explain myself when it came to the cable, because a lot of people think I'm crazy for not having cable or a TV. And the last one on the list is another no-brainer, and that is to not grocery shop when you are hungry. Waste of money, so much. When you are hungry and you go to the grocery store, what do? You look at things that are easy to cook, you look at pre-made meals, you look at snacks in a bag, because all you're thinking about is eating. You're not thinking of, all right, let me grab some peppers, let me grab some onions because I'm gonna make a nice stir fry. You're not thinking long term, you're thinking short term. So you're thinking like, all right, let me grab this breakfast burrito, I'll warm it up at home. Let me grab these chips, I'll eat on the way home. When I used to go grocery shopping hungry, all I would buy was ice cream and a ton of junk food. And then I would eat it all. And then I was like, oh my God, I gotta go grocery shopping again, as I didn't purchase what I needed to make real meals with. So there you guys have it. That is my top 10 things that I find are a waste of money. And I hope you do not feel offended by this video. Again, these are just my opinion. These are my things that I feel like are a waste of money. I feel like we could be doing better things with our money than spending it on cable or cigarettes. Definitely cigarettes. Stay far, far away from those things. Anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed. And also, let me know down below in the comments what you find is a waste of money. Is it cable, or is it something totally different than what I have on my list? I would just like to know what you think is a waste of money. But anyways, you guys, on that note, I will catch you in the next video. Bye.